the LEGO Grand Emporium. I have been doing this for the last few nights in a row. I skipped last night just because I needed a bit of a break, but I am back and I am ready to build this exciting conclusion of this building. I have just put all of the bags into all the bowls so that I can keep everything relatively organized, but I am about to start the never before built rare 2010 set of the Grand Emporium. I bought this a few months ago. Definitely took a bit of courage to open it up, but we're here and we are ready to build. We've had quite a good response so far on the live stream, so I might as well just finish this off and have everybody kind of get to live vicariously through me on something that is a pretty hard to get set, to be honest. They are hard to come by and certainly going to be a fun adventure to finish this off. So what we are actually building today, I've already got the first and second floor done, so that part's done, that part's done. Now we're going to be building this top part and finishing off all the interiors as well too, so should be pretty fun. I've just put the last minifigure together. Looks like it is a maintenance worker who's going to be working on the outside of the building right here in the instructions. So going to be pretty cool, but let's take a look and see how this ends up. Now I am not able to see the screen for anyone that is watching right now. So I have to kind of jump back and forth to see what's happening and any comments. But if you do have questions, just shoot me a note and I promise I will come back and check it out as I go. So I will try to talk you through as much detail as I can and try to keep as much on camera as I can, just so that it actually is kind of fun and you get to kind of watch a cool Lego set being built. I am a Canadian living in Australia, and I have a massive passion for building Lego cities. I have almost every single one of the modular buildings, except for some of the super expensive, super rare ones that I just can't get myself to pay for, and that is the town hall. I don't have the green grocer, and I do not have the corner cafe as well. And then I have decided not to do the pet shop or the diner, because I'm not really a big fan of that. But literally every other build I have, and I've actually lit every single one of them actually. So in a future video, I will actually show this channel the whole tour of the city, because it is very cool, especially with all the lighting added to it. This channel is featuring quite a lot of lighting stuff. That's kind of the area that I specialize in. And if you want to go check out some of the other things that I've posted, there's quite a lot of content on my Instagram as well with the same handle, Bricklight Chronicles. But there's also some cool reveal videos that I've posted on my account as well. But yeah, we're off to the races. It's kind of exciting, and I'm going to get to finish this off. Now, the plan is I'm going to go basically until this is done tonight, and then probably for the next few nights I'll be putting lights into this thing as well too. I think I might actually just do live stream on the lighting as well too, just to kind of show you the nitty gritty of the difficulty, but also the fun stuff of the lighting challenges that I go through on a daily basis whenever I'm doing lighting, because it's something that a lot of people really love the effect. They may be interested in seeing how it all comes together, and I want to show you kind of how easy it is, but also some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years of lighting Lego and other brick built sets, so you can kind of try it too. I think it's something me as an adult fan of Lego has definitely leaned into quite a lot, because I I really feel that lighting on these particular buildings it really adds a depth and sense of scale almost. It's kind of weird to think about it like that, but it actually turns it from like a Lego model sitting on your shelf into like almost a real building with breathing life, and you can have animation of lighting effects and flickers of fire, and you can have a film screen kind of looking like it's projecting video. You can have sirens and all kinds of cool stuff. So it really does add a layer of sophistication, I guess you could say, to a lot of your builds. And it is something I honestly look forward to every single night. When the sun goes down, my lights come on in my Lego set, and I think it's amazing. It is a treat every day, and I'm not exaggerating, and I'm also probably a little biased on that because I obviously have a channel dedicated to it, but there's a reason for that. It's because I really do love it. Thanks for everybody that is watching along. I don't know if you heard the mini intro I was giving, but I'm Canadian, for anyone that is wondering. I am living in Australia, actually in Sydney, but I've been here on and off for about 10 years, and I have definitely fallen back in love with Lego building probably over the last few years, I would say. And the lighting side kind of went hand in hand with that as well too. It's kind of a bit of a love-hate relationship with lighting, to be honest, because getting to the finish line on some lighting projects, some more than others, is very stressful. Even though I actually do this part to de-stress and kind of get all of the kind of just all the noise of the day and the year, and basically just kind of focus on something that's not something I have to think too much about. But the lighting part is quite the opposite. I actually call it doing surgery on your Lego sets. So it is a very, very, very tricky thing when it is a tight space and you kind of have to like hide the wires and all that kind of stuff. So these buildings, I would have to say, are not that crazy. Usually you're like putting it into the ceiling. Like I'll probably put like a light bar right here. You can usually run cables along under these things pretty easily. So the building side, definitely a lot more fun. Some of the models and stuff that I've done though, holy moly, it's been very tricky. Hi, Andy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hi. I am on step 5 now. And I would have to say this is a very similar start to book 2, where I'm doing basically the exact same floor plate as I did. Like this is just gonna sit basically right here. Just gonna sit right on top like that for sure. I might actually adjust my camera so I can start to see, but this is the building it's going on to. For anyone that's interested, this is I've modified this already with what's called a Mills plate. If anybody is knowing what that is from Lego building, this is basically a thing that allows you to raise up your build so you can get some stuff underneath it. It also gives you a little bit of depth, and the really important stuff for me, there's 2 reasons. One, you can pick it up really easily and it's not flimsy at all. And the second thing is I actually have built a system that has wireless capabilities for lighting. So I've actually put this thing right here and put the other connector here because it's a corner thing. So that's the male end, that's the female end. And I put these on all of my wireless Mills plates that I've designed so that you can literally just like snap it in. So if I've got another one of these, you literally just put it up right next to it and immediately all the power and lights come on. So I don't even have to have cables running everywhere. And I can literally pick up one building and replace it with another really easily and not have to go back behind cabinets and rewire and pull USB cords and all that kind of stuff. So it is a really, really cool thing that allows you to kind of change your city around all the time too, which was always a little bit of a daunting exercise when I'm like, I don't really know if I want to put this here. Or maybe the scene has changed and I kind of wanted to play around with it a little bit more. Yeah, it's a quick lift and shift, so very cool if you're ever into this kind of stuff. Okay, I need to find a 1x4 white, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. It's hidden in here somewhere. This is probably one of the most, oh, here we go, I found it. Probably one of the most bags of any step I've done so far in this build. So this is probably gonna be a cool detail step, and I think it's because there's like ultimately the third floor and the roof, which is gonna be pretty cool. I'm just gonna pop that in. I'll try to not talk so you can hear the snap. Yes. It's the best sound ever. I absolutely love it. Especially when you got it just right. Now we've got one of these and one of these. There you go. So that will just snap on like this. If I get it right. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. There we go, got it. Okay, pop that right there. Sweet, it's on. Now we start building walls. This is probably one of my favorite things to do in modular building because you get to see progress really, really quickly. So it actually turns it from just like flat plate building into like some cool stuff. So I've got all of these pieces ready to go. So I'll just see how quickly it goes. Yeah, I love it. Oh, but I mismeasured. I think that's a 1x6. Always allowed to make mistakes in this, right? Especially when you catch it right away. Hey, what's up, my soldiers? Thanks for watching. Did it do? Should probably actually move this a bit closer, but at least I know where they all are. That's that. The last of these corners. Okay, I remember doing this on the last one. There's a lot of these things. I have to find 16 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and need one more to go. There we go. 16, and then we're gonna get 8 of these. Now I don't usually count all of the pieces out, I kind of just wing it, but on these like repetitive steps, I don't want to miss anything, and it's actually probably a little bit more fun I'm not like digging for pieces for everybody, so I just try to get it all over with all at once. But this is actually one of the cool design steps actually from what I have seen on the last few floors, because it actually adds a bit of texture onto the walls, which I really like. And a cool building technique, by the way, too. So if you ever use these, this is a really cool piece to have for any kind of building. Vertical, horizontal, doesn't matter which side. This works really well for columns, and this one looks kind of cool for siding. So this one right now is going to be on the siding side. So what we do is we pop that on the outside. On the back, we're also going to do siding. So the verticals are kind of in the middle. Kind of makes a fun sound too if you want to. But it's just going to basically fill out the whole thing all the way across here. Hey, Mohammed. Thanks for watching my live. We got these two, and I need a rounded piece too. All right. So it's basically repeating over and over. So we're gonna do that. Horizontal on the outsides again. Got that. Actually, you know what? I'll just keep going like that. And that's the single one right here. Second live. Did I miss something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did. I missed one more. There it is. Cool. Now I can just go vertical inside, they clip on nice together. Got 3 people watching. It keeps going up and down, but thanks for everyone that is watching long term. I have actually met some very cool people over the last few nights. So this is like my 3rd night doing a live stream. So I'm getting the hang of it, I think. Hopefully it's sounding good, looking good, interesting, etc. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the interaction as well. I've met people from all over. There's quite a few Europeans actually last night, which is kind of cool. I guess because I do this later at night in Australia. So, but it's been cool talking all things World Cup and building and Lego YouTubers, and met a few cool people last night from Slovenia and Austria. I've actually, funny enough, I think I put them in the store already, but one guy last night, or 2 nights ago, named Wald, wanted me to get him a minifig, and instead I just renamed one of the minifigs in the building Wald, so he will forever be named Wald. I gotta figure out how to remember that somehow, but maybe I'll build a little sign somewhere. But it's kind of a fun little thing we were playing a couple days ago. Wald from Austria, if you ever watch this in the future, hello. I know you wanted to join this today, but I don't think you could. So if you ever do see it, you're still immortalized as a Lego minifig. Okay. Now we put in a little bit of structure and a little bit of detail at the same time. I'm going to get a few of these all ready to go again. 4 of these pieces That is 1x6s, so they're gonna just go like that. And another one of those corner lights. Which I cannot find again. I found one really. Don't you hate when that happens when you're building Lego and it's like the last piece of something? It's buried. Oh, there it is. There we go. Boom. Okay, so now we're gonna just do the 1x6 along the edge, and then I think it's a 1x10 to fill in the rest. And then 1x1s. And I think we've got another, all right, this is where the escalator pops up too. Looks like another few 1x10s right here. Okay, now we've got 3 black round pieces. That is usually where the display counters have gone in previous floors. Now it's a little bit easier with how they've done it on this step versus all the other ones. So that one is just like eyeballing it. This one is actually like putting down these things first, just so you know where it actually goes. That's actually a heck of a lot easier to see. So it looks like it's going right there. And then we go 4 over. And then another 4 over. Yeah, way better. Why didn't they just do that on the last one? Holy. Yep, that's it. All right, now we set up the weirdly shaped hexagonal carpets or whatever the heck they are. They're kind of like display stand things for all of the store items. And this one, I did skip ahead and I actually broke my main rule today of not cheating when it comes to what the instructions have. It's actually like kind of the fun part for me is to like kind of guess where everything goes. But this one, I decided I was going to look ahead to see where a couple of these things work. So had to do a little bit of planning. And yeah, looks like this is going to be the toy floor. So I think there's a few cool displays that we'll be building here in a second. I can find. There we go. Looks like we've got another wall coming up. That's going to be. You know what? I'm just going to move this over here. Looks like I need this a lot more than I do from all the walls. Okay, we've got 3 of the 1x6s and 3 of the 1x8s. So I am ready to go. Also need 1x3. There you go. Those are 1x8s. Nice. That's it. John, hi, thanks for watching. All right, looks like we are about to do the inside wall where definitely more of those windows are going to be, I think, from the first floor. So we'll start building some structure for it. So it looks like the long 1x10s. By the way, here's something, if anyone from LEGO ever watches this, I've actually seen this as a great idea from Lumi bricks, if anybody's ever built them. But in the instructions, they actually like say how long they are instead of making you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I've looked at enough LEGO instructions, I kind of can see that just by eyeballing it. But there was like years where I had to be like, okay, is that a 1x6, 1x4? Was it a 1x10, 1x12? Like all those kinds of things. Just pop that into the instructions to say how long it is. I think that would be so much easier and a better user experience if there's, especially on the basic builds, I think that'd be a lot better. There's actually quite a few cool things that Lumi Bricks is doing on some of their instructions. Like even the isometric views too, like, you know how I was just saying, like putting this here, this here, this here. They actually have like a top-down view that kind of looks exactly like that, so you can actually see without the angles. Another really cool feature, so definitely something to pick up on, as the instructions were surprisingly good on Lumi Bricks, I have to say. I am definitely not biased, and I try to give honest reviews whenever I'm doing any of these sets, so I'm not knocking or promoting either side. I say what I like and I say what I don't like, and generally I like most of the stuff that I build. But yeah, I think overall there's definitely room for all these alt builds and stuff like that as well too. They all do their own kind of look and feel and specialize and lean in on a few things as well too. So I kind of like it all, to be honest. It's a fun thing. There's even like small versions that are not Lego compatible, but they are brick built stuff. Those are fun too. But yeah, my absolutely always will be my favorite is Lego. But for lighting, and especially if you're starting out in lighting, the Lumi Brick stuff is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Feels almost like Lego. That was one of the questions I had before buying a set. You can make your own judgments. There is if you are ever interested in it, there's a link in my bio to get a discount. I think it's like 10% off on my site or on this link here. But if you just go to lumibricks.com and enter BLC into your discount, you'll get it, my discount code added to it as well. But that's not why I'm talking about it. It's just trying to save you a bit of money. But yeah, if you ever are interested in like, how does it feel? How does it interact? Does it look cool with other Lego builds? I can tell you my personal opinion that they work perfectly together. Like the pieces are almost identical. There's a few minor differences on some of them, like the angled, what are they called? I don't know what they are, but kind of like the swoopy things. But they are a little different, and I'm not a big fan of those ones. And the minifigs are definitely not as cool, but everything else feels pretty perfect. So go have a peruse at some of the things that they do. I think they do buildings really well. It's kind of the main stuff of what I like. And if you are waiting for a whole year to get a modular building release from Lego, that's definitely a good way to to up your game. And to add some cool details to the city that give it a bit of a unique flair as well too. I have to say, I have not integrated ever the Lumi Brick stuff directly into my city. I have a separate area where I put kind of like the Lumi Bricks cabins and all the stuff that I've done with them in my house, and they actually look amazing together just because the scale's a little bit different, but overall it's pretty cool. I'm gonna say hi to Tuani, I guess that's my best guess on how I pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Tuani de Freitas. I sincerely apologize if that's not close. Am I close? But yes, hi anyways. The sentiment is there that I am appreciative that you're watching, so. It is pretty cool that I get to meet interesting people from all over the world, kind of in and out as I build this stuff. I was just, and typically do, just kind of build these at my own pace. Whenever I get inspiration to unbox another one of these awesome sets. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just try this live stream thing? It's kind of a cool way to meet people that are into the same thing as me, and if there's nobody watching, then it's the same experience I had as 20 people watching. But I get to check out my screen every now and then and say hi to people, so it's pretty awesome. And I really sincerely appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch me, even if it's just for a few minutes, just to kind of check back in and see how things are going. Ultimately, what I am working on is what's going to be added to it. So this is the finished thing, which is so cool. And the lighting, I actually bought this lighting kit first before I even had the set, if you can believe it. It's probably one of the only times I've ever done that, because I was like kind of iffy on this building, but the lighting just, oh, it's gonna look so good. And it never, no matter any photo I have ever seen of any lighting, by the way, they always do not do it justice. There is a beauty to seeing the glow from this stuff in real life that no photo has ever been able to capture properly. So if you are into lighting like me, this is the channel for you to follow for sure. Even if you're curious about it, or even if you've never even thought about LEGO lighting, I think I can show you some cool stuff. You had a good day, Sarah. Absolutely, I would love to hear about it. I've had a pretty good week too, so I'm glad to hear that the vibes are coming over to this channel. So please share it with everyone that's watching. I'd love to hear about it. Waiting in anticipation. I'm very excited now. I'm going to pop these on. It's definitely going to be where the tables are going. I think these are going to be toy displays from what I have looked ahead on. Went to the park with your dog. That sounds pretty good. Was it a nice day? I miss having a dog, actually. I used to have a amazing black lab mixed with a border collie, and she was so smart and so excited every time she saw me, and I miss her every day. But I still am very fond of all the memories, and I'm definitely hoping I can have another dog one day soon. So awesome, good day at the park. Oh, that's the best, especially on a good, nice day outside. Nice fresh air, get to run around and laugh. Hopefully you got to see some cool people. Oop. Oh, don't be sorry. That's it's okay. It was a long time ago. I definitely have good memories. That's the nice thing about it. Is dogs are great reflections of the people around them as well too. And yeah, she was a good dog. I think if I ever get a new dog, I would want maybe a golden retriever. I've never had a golden retriever, so I've heard mixed reviews. I'm used to like a really smart dog, and I don't know if golden retrievers are like super intelligent. Sometimes they are, but they're so beautiful and cute and loving. I would love to see if I can handle it. I know they're big too, so it's not a a decision I would make lightly. But my sister actually has a corgi, and she loves the corgi. I don't think she was ever thinking she was gonna get one, but she's like the biggest corgi fan now, and has kind of convinced me that maybe corgi might be in my future too. So we'll see what happens. Well, thanks for watching, Sarah. Great to hear about your day. Hopefully we'll see you again. Okay, you know, one thing about Lego that is really tough sometimes is finding clear pieces. They're like right in front of you, but they're also kind of invisible. And I'm sure there is another, unless there's like, no, that's all clear. There's 4 clears in a row, so I'm missing 2 clear 1x2 pieces that are probably staring at me right now. Yep, there's one. Nice. Where's the other one? Oh, there's the other one. Nice. Got it. Cool. Okay, so that is the completed base frame of this floor. Now it looks like I get to put on the tiling along this top here, which is always one of my favorite points in any Lego build. I love these pieces. I don't know why I love them so much. Just kind of like adds that like completed look maybe, but they're shiny and they snap on really nicely, and especially like a 2x2 tile, it's just, there's something amazing about it. I'm not sure what, but it is awesome. I think it's the sound that I am so in love with. There's something about that like hopefully that's coming through okay on audio. I think I might, on my next stream, do like a wireless mic so that I don't sound so far away when I like move away from the camera too much, but hopefully it doesn't sound too bad for everybody else. I'm definitely a noob on the streaming side of things, and I am just kind of figuring out my groove on how to make it fun, interactive, interesting. I do this quite often in terms of building, but never live, so it's kind of fun. And for anyone that is watching from start to finish, and I've repeated myself a few times, I apologize as well. I'm trying to keep everybody included in the conversation and some of the stuff that I like to talk about with Lego. So for those that are coming in for a few seconds at a time and don't get to hear those stories, well, you're in luck because I don't do them very often. But if I do say things a few times, it's intentional, but also maybe something that I'll stop doing if it gets annoying for anyone that's like a 2-hour watcher and you're hearing me talking about the snapping of bricks like 4 times. All right, I need to find 10 of these. So I got 2, 3, 4, I need 10 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then I also need 2 blacks of the smooth 1x2s, and I need 8 of the gray smooth 1x2s, which I think are right here. Yep. It's like we're doing some finishing details. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. All right, so let's finish off the outside of this. What I might do on the next stream is actually film this in my studio that has a raising desk, because it is a bit tricky when I'm like standing up and sitting down and standing up and sitting down. But it is, it's kind of a bigger surface over here, so hopefully it's coming across okay on everyone's stream. All right, so we got black. We're finishing off this. Yep, totally, that's what we're doing. Nice. Done there. Finish the pattern. Now this right here is definitely going to be where the second floor of windows is. That will continue along this whole outer edge with lots of dark green windows, which I actually don't think I've seen in many other Lego sets actually. So that's maybe why this set's expensive. Usually on these types of rare retired sets, there's usually like a couple parts that have like never been done before, and that's why they're so expensive. Otherwise you could just put it all together with your own sets. What am I building? This is what I'm building. I'll show you. Actually, this is a better way to display it. This is going to be the finished product. So I'm actually building this floor right now. The first 2 floors are done. This is the model right behind us, if you wanted to see it. And that's going to be finished tonight. And the lighting I'm going to be doing on a future stream, probably tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, it's that's kind of the end goal. So I will have this lit up and beautiful, and for anybody that is interested, I'll actually show you where it goes in my Lego City, because that is, I've got a special spot for it already picked out for it. It's already wired up and everything so that I can literally just plug in this wire. Basically, I built a wireless Mills plate, which is something I think I've made up. I haven't seen anybody else do it, but it'll basically let me to just drop this in without any other cables. this is the main plug that I'm gonna have, which I've already pre-wired in. And then as you kind of put all the other wireless Mills plate stuff that I've built, I literally just have to go slide it in and it powers everything with lights. So it's pretty awesome. I'll do a bit of a mini demo video or just do a short to actually show people how it all looks and how it works, but it's awesome. I really love it. It takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of preparing, especially as every single lighting kit has its own place where the cords go in and out of. But I traditionally buy the kit and sort of follow the instructions, but most of the time I kind of figure out my own way to do it. Just because usually they're just like, yeah, just stuff it in or put the wires here and they're kind of visible everywhere. I am very, very much a stickler for not seeing wires. And that to me is the important part of these lighting builds more than anything. I mean, the lights look amazing, but the second you see a small wire, it kind of ruins the illusion in my opinion. So you kind of have to take some extra steps to hide the junction boxes and hide the cables and everything just so that it looks like a small little city. Hi to everybody that's joined, by the way. Thanks for thinking that's cool. I love it too. It's certainly fun. And I'm glad you get to live vicariously through this build for a little bit, even if it's for a short amount of time. But I would love as much feedback, questions, comments, general chit chat, whatever you guys want to talk about, within reason. But yeah, I'm loving that. There's so many interesting people that are joining from all over the world. I've talked to people from all over Europe and lots of places. I'm actually a Canadian living in Australia here. And I've met quite a few Aussies actually through here too. So it's pretty cool to rally around something like this too, right? It's a fun thing to watch, I think. I have been watching LEGO YouTubers for quite some time actually. I'm never on like a live stream, but I have seen like the kind of the fast, you've probably all seen it, right? It's like the stop motion, or not stop motion, the time lapse builds of all these things. It's always kind of cool, but then you kind of miss the details and like the thought behind it too, right? So I thought, hey, why don't I just do this on a live stream, and if nobody joins, that's okay, but turns out that a few people are interested in it, so that's kind of cool. All right, so we are just building, oh, it's the first display, which I think is going up on here. It looks like a scooter. So I need to find looks like a gray bracket, dark gray bracket. Is very tiny. One of those like blink and you miss it kind of small pieces. I think it is gray. Oh, I got it, there we go. So for anybody that has ever built one of these rare sets, or ones that would be interested in building one of these rare sets, more like it, there's a couple things that I can suggest to you that will get you into this world without having to break the bank. So quite a few different creative ways to do it. Some are more difficult than others, and they all have a bit of trade-offs. So number one, obviously, if you've got a used Lego store or somebody that is selling it at a brick convention or something like that, that is definitely the easiest path, although it's typically the most expensive. The challenge with that is finding a store that's good. And the second challenge is they typically don't always have all of the parts and sets that you need all the time. So it's about hit or miss, but to be honest, that's kind of the fun part, is the hunt. So if you're into that hobby and want to keep searching, it's actually kind of a fun thing, because it's also exciting to like see it on a store shelf as well too, and you're like, yes, I finally got it. So that's definitely one way. And there's our scooter. Oh, let's try to rotate it actually. Make it look a little better too. There you go. Got a scooter. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I'm definitely talking to myself right now, so it's always fun. But yeah, for anybody that is watching this, and I have one person watching now, so I can continue on with my story anyway. I'm going through the ways that you can get these types of sets without breaking the bank. I've just said finding a used or rare Lego set store is definitely one of those options, but it's a little bit more costly that way. The second is going to a seller online. Now, there are some risks with that sometimes. The least risky is going through eBay, because they have a buyer guarantee that if it doesn't stack up to the thing that it's supposed to be, doesn't come in the condition it's supposed to be, you'll get your money back, which is awesome. Although it is typically more expensive to do that, because eBay takes a seller fee, and also there's a shipping cost to that, obviously, that gets bundled in. So that is a way to do it as well, and I have definitely bought quite a few of these types of sets that way. I've actually sold some in that same fashion too, not as many, because I don't usually like to sell these things if I don't have to. But the next view is to find the parts and order them. So this way you can actually find pretty much every instruction of any Lego set ever, or almost all of them anyway, on either Bricklink or lego.com or wherever you want to find it. And Bricklink, actually, you can actually search the set that you're interested in. So this is the Grand Emporium, and you can find all of the parts that are used for this that automatically load into a cart, basically. So what you can do is say, I want to build this thing, and I'll actually like find and list all of the 400 parts or whatever it is, and add it into a shopping cart, basically. So they call it a wish list, but it's pretty intuitive. It took a little bit of learning, but not too much. But ultimately, if you have the patience and the time and the attention to detail, I would say is probably the most important part of this. You can get all of the parts for all of these rare sets for a lot less sometimes than buying it from a person that has like an unopened box or whatever. And yeah, it's a good way to do it. It's definitely nothing that will stop you to do it. You just use the digital instructions. Pretty easy overall in terms of building it, ordering it. The downside of that is I have been caught a few times where somebody doesn't send the right part, or I forgot to order something, or the part isn't made anymore and it just kind of drops it off or something. Or if you don't know the details of each of the parts that you're ordering, it can actually like give you the exact part, but it's like a super rare part that you can't get anymore, and it can charge you like a huge amount of money. So if you have a bit of time, you can go through some of the expensive parts line by line and actually press the find alternate part number, and usually you can save quite a bit of money. So I've actually seen like people, like this set sometimes can go for like, I'll do the Australian dollar figure. I don't know what the US or Canadian or any other currency that people are watching from, but I think this one's like maybe $700 or $800 sometimes. It's just bonkers. But if you do a parts order from Bricklink, you could do it for maybe like, don't quote me on this because it depends every time you search, but maybe like half of that. So it is a way to get into some of the more rare side without having to go through all of the extra markup cost of people that are reselling it. So definitely check it out. I've done it on a couple sets, especially on the Bricklink sets specifically, like the Lego store from the past. I've done that. I actually posted about that on my Instagram channel a while ago. And it's definitely a good way to go. But you have to be patient, and you also probably should get used to the fact that you might have to take a long time to build it because you may not know that you're missing a part until you're at that step. It's very frustrating when you have like 500 parts all over your table and you're trying to find something for like 20 minutes and realize it's not here. So that does take a little bit of the fun out of it, but it does save you a bit of money. The final way, which is, I would actually say probably the cheapest, but also maybe a little bit controversial. Certainly from somebody that loves building Lego, it's tough to do, but I have done it once. Buy a used, fully assembled set. Usually people are like, I just want it out of my house, hobby's done, I want to move on with my life, so I'll sell this for cheap. Sometimes they're dusty, sometimes they're not. I would say highly recommend only going for the ones that don't have dust on them if you're going to do what I'm about to tell you. And anyways, you buy it, that will be the cheapest, hands down, if you wait for the right bargain. It is, as I said, a little bit of a waiting game to make sure that the set's there that you want. But the cool thing, or I guess, maybe it's not a cool thing, but the best way, if they are assembled, to disassemble it is just go break it. Just drop it on the ground. They're plastic pieces. It's some of the older sets, I wouldn't recommend it because there's like some brittle pieces. But if it is probably from like 2016 and up, I would say it's probably okay to do that without too much issue. But yeah, I mean, you could just disassemble it one by one, and that's also a fun way to do it. But if you want to just like start from scratch again, just break the model, and it most likely will not have any damage to your build. Obviously, you're going to take some risk in that, so be careful and don't smash it. But that is a way to disassemble quickly, and you get started on a new build anyways. The final view, obviously, too, is if you don't really want to build it and you just want to display it, you've already got a built set. So, cheap way to do it. I would say, though, as a builder that loves doing this stuff, the fun part is in the assembly, not in the display. So, depends what you're into, but yeah, it's definitely something that you will know yourself best, and go with whatever option works for you. But yeah, there's definitely a few different ways into this hobby if you're not wanting to drop the huge amount of reseller cost on this. Okay, I think that is the total amount of the stuff that is on the top floor of this massive department store. So you can kind of see that's why I wasn't like super excited about the model. The outside is amazing, and this is like one of the first ones that actually has something kind of interesting in it. But yeah, it's nothing that special, right? I'll show you. This is like the dinnerware side. Oop, I just dropped the flag off the building. Put that back on. But yeah, there's nothing like super exciting on the inside of this model. This is the kind of the makeup counter, jewelry, somebody that's walled right there, changing his pants, going into the change room, some mannequins, etc. So it's nothing like super high detail. There's no like bathrooms like typically are in most of the builds now. There's no living quarters. It's just kind of plain Jane interior. But what is cool about this stuff is two things. One, lights will make this unbelievably awesome. But the cooler part that I love the most about Lego is it's totally customizable. You don't have to go with the instructions. So I'm going to be doing the instructions build just to get it done and completed as it's intended. But as soon as I am done, typically what I do is I'll start looking for some of the details that I wasn't too happy with, and I will kind of make it look a bit cooler. So there are a couple sites that I would highly recommend if you're into that stuff as well. The main one is rebrickable.com. That site is awesome, awesome, awesome if you want to do some modifications to any builds. And I guarantee you there are cool additions to this. I've actually seen one modification that actually changes the tile work outside the store and changes a bit of the outside colors. There's an interior one. I think there's one that adds more floors to it, and some interior displays and a bunch of stuff. So great ideas from a lot of people. Ultimately, some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for. But yeah, rebrickable.com is unbelievable for modifying or at least getting some ideas for things that you may not be super happy with of almost any set that has ever been made. So it's something to at least ponder on at least some of the older sets anyway, and even some of the newer ones too. One of the things that I actually did I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I love all of the Lego Lord of the Rings sets. And one of the things that really bothered me on the Hobbit set was the trees. And I think that was kind of universal to pretty much everybody that builds this stuff. And I actually found an amazing rebrickable instruction set to make some really beautiful, realistic trees on that set. And it is an absolute game changer. It changed the entire set from kind of like a ho-hum kind of a view into like a beautiful, beautiful model. So it just takes a little bit of detail sometimes, and it can really save it. Hi, Barbara. Welcome back. Ha! Yes. Oh, that's so awesome to see you again. Thanks for joining again. That's exciting. All right. Very awesome. I was hoping we'd have somebody from a previous stream come back. That made my day. Absolutely. Now I have to think of new things to talk about, because you've already heard all the stuff I was just talking about, probably. Although I probably wasn't talking in detail about the Lord of the Rings stuff, so that's definitely new. For anyone that is watching right now, that is comfortable sharing, where are you guys calling in, yeah, the radio show from Bricklight Chronicles here. Where are you watching from? I'd love to know kind of general places around the world where everybody is watching today. It's always kind of cool to meet like-minded individuals from around the world. If you're not comfortable with that, I would also love to know what kind of Lego sets do you guys typically like to build if you are into Lego. Okay, this step was a little bit ridiculous last time I built this. Now, I don't know why they did this. My guess is, even back then in 2010, they were trying to up the piece count to make the price a little bit higher on on the retail price. There are 28 1x2s, and usually you just do it like a 1x8 or 1x10 to do this thing, but it's literally like do, which is super unnecessary. Now, I guess you could kind of make the argument that it's like bricks, but there's brick pieces for that, so I don't know. Barbara, you do your own buildings. No way. I didn't know that. What's been your favorite building that you've ever built? I've got 3 of these corners. Another corner here. And another corner here. All right. It is sort of tiling time now as I go one by one along here. Now this would look kind of cool in a time lapse, but you guys get to see a live time lapse happening. I should probably actually have like 2 cameras running so I could actually make video of this in the future, but that's all right. Trying out new things. A minifigure of Lego. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I think I miscounted by 1 piece. Let's see if I can find the last 1x2. Oh, there it is right there. I probably actually had it, and it looks like it just fell out of my hand. Speaking of minifigure pieces, or minifigures of Lego, I just bought this. I'm pretty excited about it. It is the Darth Vader, upscale Darth Vader minifig. I cannot wait to build that guy. I didn't think I was going to get into the big minifigure building stuff, but my son is super into Kylo Ren and Darth Vader and the whole Empire. Yeah, that's for a conversation for another day. But he is very much into the Empire side. And I saw that come out, and I'm like, you know what? This would be a lot of fun to build with him. So that's next up on the build. All right, we got, there's going to be 5 of these pieces. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got a 1x8 as well. And 3 1x3s, which I've already put in 1, so I need 2 more. All starting to come together a little bit here. Oops. Now I bet you we're about to do, I bet you there's 1 more of these, and then we're probably going to start tiling in putting in the windows. Oh, there's a chandelier coming up. Well, that's exciting. Cool. That is going to be fun. You can tell I'm very much into Lego lighting, because as soon as I see a lighting fixture, I'm like, ooh, how could I light that up? It's literally all I think about. Whenever I'm doing this stuff, I'm like, where did I put a light? How would I put the wires in? I want to make sure that I can get power to the light source. It is a constant thought during this entire thing. So This build is actually probably going to be pretty tricky to actually hide wires properly. And I say that because usually you've got a way to kind of hide stuff behind furniture, or you've got stuff that you can go along a wall or something. This building is so open that there's not a lot of spaces. Like if I was to like hang to put a light somewhere down here, for example, I'm either gonna have to come up through the floor, or I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it along the roof, which is probably the preference on this one. And I think the chandelier will probably be okay to do something like that, obviously, but getting wires up to that chandelier, you have to think like, okay, well, where does the wire run down? Are you gonna run it on the outside of the building? Am I gonna run it on the inside of the building and hide it with some brick or a piece of artwork or something? But I guarantee you, almost guaranteed, I haven't even looked at the instructions yet on like my bricks, but usually they go up a staircase or up a wall or something, and you can see that wire there all the time, and it bugs me all the time to actually see it. So I will have to figure out the best way to move electricity throughout this model. That is a constant struggle. If you don't care about that stuff, it's not a struggle and it's very easy. But for me, I kind of like the challenge of figuring out how to do it. So my guess is, I guess these are not put in, so I gotta be careful when I lift this up. My guess is I will probably do it in a dark corner like this, that it will kind of blend in, and I can go up through the back, up through the inside corner. If I'm through the back on the side, that's another way to do it, but that's very, very visible. It's probably not gonna make that big of a deal, because this is on a corner unit and this back side is going to be facing the wall. So maybe I just don't care and I just run it out the back. We'll see what happens. I can maybe make it look like a storm drain or something. Okay, now we get to build the chandelier. Now this looks like a pretty interesting step. So what I'm gonna do is I will put all of the parts that I need in this section right here on camera. I will try to make a bit of space so it's a bit more interesting to see. These balls are gonna bug me, I think. Okay, so we need one of these spider web pieces. We need a barrel piece, which is right here. Maybe one of these antennas or plungers, whatever they are. Yeah, I'm not very good at the like official Lego piece names, by the way. Some people are like absolute geniuses. They're like, yeah, it's a 1x2 trans whatever, part number 1734. But I am like, yeah, you know, the thingy with the thing. Yes, Lego is so cool, Barbara. I fully agree. Ooh, I need 21 of those clear pieces. That is how intricate this chandelier is going to be. This is a very, very, very cool chandelier. I've never seen this done in Lego before. I will show you the instructions in a second here. Let me just count them out. I need 21. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 clear 1x2s. I also need one of the clear, I call them lanterns, like the old miner lanterns. I've got that. I've got a not brick. And I've got 8 clips. Man, this is a crazy step. Hedgehog Lego Now. It's your YouTube channel name. Okay. I'll have to look you up. Do you have any builds on your YouTube channel? I think you said that yesterday, that was your favorite animal. I forgot about that. Now I understand why. That's pretty cool. Okay, we've got 4, oh, what else do I need? Clear diamond piece. Man, this is a lot of small pieces to get this thing working. But I think I have everything I need. If I don't, I know where to look. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna be building. This is the chandelier. Pretty crazy. Those are all clear pieces. So if I put a light or a few lights into this thing, it is going to be so cool. That kind of, you know what it actually kind of reminds me of? It looks like kind of like a mini build of Minas Tirith, that like Lord of the Rings castle that just came out. It's kind of cool actually. So we'll get into some detail. I have to do this 7 times. But I'm gonna start with this. And put this thing right here. And then get that going. And the diamond, I bet you is gonna flip around. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Oop. There you go. And then I get to do this 7 times over. I'm gonna do this 1, 2, 3. Now I did show this trick the other day, by the way, but if you ever connecting a one piece to another piece, Lego can like bend like that, right? Which obviously isn't really good, especially if you're trying to make it perfect like a chandelier, otherwise it's gonna look all wonky like this. So a really cool trick is you actually build it on its side and you push it down against a flat surface like a table, and you just push it all down together and it immediately makes a flat piece like that. So you can do that with any 1x1 connection, and it is the best way to correct any of those like hand mistakes. Even after you like put stuff together, you can like put it back on and it looks like it was made to be. I think there's a question here. What's my favorite Lego set? Ooh, that is a really tough question. I love different Lego sets for different reasons. I would have to say the small Hogwarts castle from Harry Potter was my favorite one so far because of the techniques that they used to build it. Now, it's definitely like a non-play set. It's more just because it looks cool, but they actually did the whole castle at such an amazing scale with so much detail at such a small thing. Like this would be like a whole clock tower almost at that scale. And I'm not usually into like the Lego mini builds like in that kind of a scale, but they masterfully designed that thing, and just the way that they put, yeah, I must have even been some illegal building techniques on some of those things, because they absolutely nailed it. Like you like slide pieces in instead of connecting them, and the archways were like sideways pieces, and there's so many cool things I've never seen in any other build before. That was probably my best one. And the lighting that I put in there as well too makes it look like a real castle, and I think it's probably one of my favorites. I also love what else would I love? It's probably a lot of Harry Potter stuff, actually. My favorite one of the modular buildings has been the Tudor Corner. I love that one. I think you can still even buy it. That is such a detailed, beautiful building set. I love it so much. That one had a real character to it that I still love looking at to this day. But one of the first ones that I ever built that kind of got me into this whole Lego City and Lego building thing as well too is the Jazz Club, also from modular building. So I've kind of come to appreciate the modular building world because of that set in particular. So yeah, they'll all have special meaning to me depending on what you're thinking of. But yeah, those are at least some of them. What about you? What's been your favorite? I think I put all of these on the wrong angle. I'm gonna fix all that. You know what else was a really cool one? I'm not sure how old you are, but there was a show that I really loved as a kid and probably into my adult years called Star Trek: The Next Generation. And the Star Trek Enterprise D is another one of my absolute favorites. It was such a cool build for so many reasons. Again, amazing techniques. Definitely not my usual thing I build. Like, I'm definitely highly, I wouldn't say biased, but my interest is definitely like buildings. But that one really was one thing I had always wished for pretty much my whole life. And when I saw it come out, I got so excited about it. I actually requested that Lego build it. I definitely, when they put the call out to say like, what pop culture thing should we build? I was like, Enterprise D, Star Trek, for sure, it needs to happen. And then like a year later, it actually was a real set. So I don't know if I had any influence or if it was just coincidence, but that was very cool when that came out. And the other cool thing that made it even better, obviously, for me anyway, is the light kit that Light My Bricks put together. It is so sick. They actually have like a blue light tube. There's actually a video of it on my YouTube if you want to come have a look at it at later, or just hop over there and go check it out. But it looks so good. And the lighting just, again, it made it come alive, right? There's like the warp drives are all blue, and I added some like blinking lights to it as well too. So it kind of added a bit of animation to it, which is very cool. But yeah, it's another one of my favorites for sure. Lego Bumblebee from Transformers. Yes, that was awesome. Have you built the Optimus Prime one? That was another one of my ones that I love doing. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very cool, classy Lego chandelier that wasn't actually that hard to do. It looks very modern, and all it uses was that like spider piece and then some 1x2 clears with a C-clip. It just goes like boom, boom, boom. Step 3. And then the top is the diamond thing with I'll fold this out so you can kind of see. One of those like clear jar things on a barrel. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now I bet you, I don't even have to look, it's gonna go right here. Yep, that's it. So there is the classy chandelier on the top of the building. Very cool. All right, as predicted, this is going to be the window detailing thing that I had talked about earlier. Now I'm going to just get all the parts that I need over here, which I think are mostly going to be over here. Oh, cool! You did Soundwave too. I was thinking about getting Soundwave actually. That one was amazing, at least from what I saw in the box. Does it actually transform like the other ones? Like, can you actually like build that into the tape deck, or is it just like a robot and then has a tape guy next to him? Like, does he actually transform, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh, nice. Oh, I might have to get him then. I love Soundwave. Okay. I'm doing my build along a flat surface trick, by the way, for anyone that's paying attention. That, because they're all 1x1 studs, I'm just laying it flat on its side on the table, and there's no twist at all in the build. So got that down without any issues. So instead of just building it like by hand, where you're kind of like imperfect, and even if you try, never really lands perfectly. So I usually just put it on its side and slide them on piece by piece, and then you don't have any issues with how it looks in the end. There you go, got that piece, slide that on. 2 more of those 1x2s, or 1x1s, sorry. And then, got that. Cool. All right, so there's my 2 columns, which are going to go, it goes right here and right here. Now the window time. I get to do 19 of these. Let's get them all set up. I'll get an assembly line going here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. $17. I'm missing 2 windows, unless they're in a different bag. Oh. Maybe I miscounted. Let's do this again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. No, I am missing 1. Where are you, Lego piece? Maybe it's in here and I'm just not seeing it. Let's get the small ones anyway. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. Okay, so we have 19 small green windows and 18 big ones. Where's the last piece? Huh. I think I'm missing a window. That's not good. Oh, well, that's... See, I always do this, and I somehow see it later. So maybe I'll just keep building, and it'll get returned by the gremlins who took it. Unless I'm miscounting it twice, but I don't think I did. All right, well, I won't make you guys wait while I... Oh, there it is. It fell behind a box. Yes. Phew. Whoa. That's never fun. Okay, now I need to get my windows ready, so bear with me for 1 second. Get some clears. See, in modern LEGO sets, typically they have all of these separated into the bags that you need on the steps that you need. But in these older LEGO sets, it's like, here's all of the parts that you need for the instruction book number 3. And that is a lot of bags. I think I got a pile, and I'm guessing, just looking behind me, I've probably got like 12 bags of LEGO that are all for step 3. So it is all over the place, and they are not organized in any capacity. I've actually separated all of the pieces into the bags that they were in, and even that doesn't really help in terms of finding where everything is. So they put them in like multiple bags, and yeah, it's no real order to it. Now, is that more fun? I don't know. I don't think so. It's definitely adds to the challenge, I will say, but it also adds to your anxiety when you're like, oh, I've lost a piece, which happens a lot more often on this way versus the other. So doing this for relaxation kind of impedes that sometimes. But that's okay. We got it sorted. Okay, I think I've got everything. Let's get started on the window builds. Windows are windows are windows. Yes, they are. You know, one thing that I wish, I don't even know if I've like set a wrong setting or what, but the recordings of all of these live streams are awesome. But the one thing that I actually really wish that it would also record is the comments that are coming through during the live stream. So I'm gonna try my best to like read out most of the comments so that we can at least see what the conversation was. But yeah, I don't know if I'm just not doing it properly or what, but yeah, it doesn't look like the comments save on the video, so it's a bit of a shame actually, because it's part of half the fun, I would say, is the interactions that we get to have together. So I will figure out a way to at least get your comments recorded so you can be part of the video too. My window factory. All right, I think I got it all. Those are the small ones. Now let's do the tall ones. You know what I'm noticing? There's no stamp of Lego on these window pieces. I'm pretty sure the modern Lego sets have like a Lego imprint on each of the clear plastic pieces. So that's interesting to see. There's something I don't usually pay attention to, but whenever I'm building with other people, I've noticed some of the really, really detail-oriented people will like line up the logo. Oh, no, it is kind of there. It's just maybe too small. It's very small. I don't know if that shows up, but it kind of blurs out. But yeah, there's a bit of a Lego stamp. It's just, I think it's bigger in the newer ones. But anyway, some of them will like line it up facing outwards. They have to have it on the bottom every time. It's definitely, I've seen even like lining up Lego logos on each of the studs on some of the builds, etc. I think I've seen that attention to detail before. So I don't know if that would ever come into my need pile, but to each their own. Missing one window. I have to find that one. Where did it go? This happened to me last time too, where I was looking forever for it. Oh, there it is. Yes. Way easier this time. I had it for a second. Yes, there it is. Anyway, it was like sitting like right in the instructions. I couldn't see any of it. Invisible window. I almost had to hide it without it. You build on the floor. Oh. That might hurt my back, actually. I don't know if I could do that. Depends how big of a build it is. But yeah, I don't like, maybe when I'm building with my son, that would be a floor kind of a thing. Like he's really into like Minecraft stuff, like Minecraft Lego. And he's got a whole Lego Minecraft world that he's built. So that's definitely floor play. But building something like this, I don't know if I could do it. All right. Window factory. There we go. Just call me Bill Gates. Get it? Windows? No, that's a bad joke. Never mind. All right, let's pop in these windows. Let's see how this looks. There we go. That is satisfying. Look at that. Cool. That is awesome. All right, we are done that part. of the build. Now I just have to put the stuff to make it strong so it doesn't fall apart. That'll be from this pile and some from this pile. I might move that off camera. Doesn't get too distracting. I need 2 of these and 3 of the jumper plates. There you go. Lego Minecraft stop motion. No way. Cool. Oh, I'd love to see that. There's, there is a really cool Lego Minecraft stop motion YouTube channel. And I'm just trying to remember what it's called right now, but there's like so many videos and they all have like good storylines and like they're long too. They're like 30 minutes long. It must take an incredible amount of time and there's like hundreds of videos. So I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about, but it is very, very, very good. Like stop motion craft or something. It's ringing a bell. All right, so we've got some arches. There's 8 of those. I'm going to use all of them. And 2 of the half arches. And 2 of the 1x2s. Definitely getting to the point where I don't have to look too hard for pieces anymore. So that's kind of the fun part. You kind of get this like second wind where everything starts moving a little bit faster and it gets kind of exciting. Because you're like, oh, I know where that is. Okay, so let's put on these archways to give it a bit of strength and a bit of design. I also really love doing this part too, and it stops being flimsy on all these like kind of little builds you've been working on. You kind of just give it a structure. Hold together like a real building. Okay, that is looking pretty awesome. Whoop, except for the window falling out. I will, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out these balls because I have had them fall out a few times already, so I'll put those back in later. When did I get into Lego? I would say I was into Lego pretty much from when I was a kid. I was really into the space series when I was a kid and still have actually, the Lego Space Monorail, which is like a really cool set. And ultimately what I found is super rare right now. I actually saw something in Sydney at the latest event that just happened here called Brick Build. That they had like a massive Lego monorail set up, which brought me back to childhood almost instantly. It was very cool. Anyway, the I didn't have a lot of Lego sets, but those were definitely the ones that I really resonated with. I kind of got into Technics a little bit, and then kind of lost touch with it for a long time actually. So I would say where I really got into Lego is when I built the Sydney Opera House, the big one, the Creator Series one, the second time I moved to Australia. And right after that, it kind of started me on this path of like finding sets that resonated with me on the travels that I was going to. So I'd get like one of those, like, I don't know, the dioramas of like Sydney or diorama of London, Singapore, those kinds of things. And then I started getting like the Christmas stuff because I love the lights of Christmas, and ultimately started building this like big winter village. And that was what really kicked it off because I fell in love with putting the lights into these sets, and Christmas sets with lights are magical to say the least. And I started building more and more integrations and doing my own lighting things, and just kind of seeing the city around me taking shape a little bit. And then I fell in love with the modular stuff with the jazz club, and that was what really kicked it into overdrive, to be honest, because I'm like, I actually like really like this city stuff now. And then I just started finding as many as I could, and I kept getting more and more into it. So yeah, it's just been kind of like one passion into another. Okay. Looks like we are almost done the details of this wall. I bet you we're about to start the roof pretty soon. I am missing, there we go. Yep, there we go. Here's some of the smooth pieces as we tile this away. So let's get those into that pile. The long ones. And I think that is a short one, yep. And I've got two of the 1x2s left. I'm only seeing one of them right now. I don't see it. shouting at your screen and be like, it's right there. I don't see it. I'm looking for this 1x2. There's a second one somewhere. And I don't have that many pieces left, so. It's not a hard part to replace, but I don't want to have to run up to my backup pile if I don't have to. It's looking like I might have to. Yep, I don't even have it in my extras pieces. Okay, I am going to run and get a piece, everybody. I will be back in 30 seconds, I'm guessing. This shouldn't be too hard to find. I'll be right back. While you wait, I'll pop this over here so you know what I'm building. Come have a look at the details. Here you go. Be right back. Here we go. Did not take long at all. Okay, now put on that piece right there. Maybe it went into the back rooms. Yeah, maybe it did. I wouldn't be surprised. What generally looks like a missing piece on some of this stuff, I usually find it somewhere else. I think you were watching on that one, Barbara, but I was looking for this piece last time and I actually had like a 1x4 left over and I just put it in the wrong spot. I just noticed that yesterday, so I fixed that and I bet you that's what happened again. Or backroom theory also holds up. Okay. Let's finish off this part here. Tiling is the best. Listen to that. For somebody that appreciates sound as much as I do, it's definitely why I love it the most. It's just a beautiful sound. I don't know why I love it so much, but it is a great sound. The click and the jingle of it when it's about to go on there, it sounds awesome. Okay, it looks like that is the end of that floor. So I'm just gonna pop it on here. I'll adjust it up. Pretty cool. Now I just get to do the roof, but that is the second floor of the Grand Emporium. It looks pretty awesome. Now we build the roof, which is probably going to go pretty fast, I would say. Roofs in this era of LEGO typically are not very detailed. They're big pieces, and there seems to be a little bit of detail, but not a lot. So we're gonna do that one. Last of these as well. There's 7 of them. Yep. And I've got one 1x4 that I need. One 1x3, which is somewhere else. Oh, there it is. And a 2x8. Oh, looks like 2 of them. Three of these. There we go. There's 2 of those. One of these. Dark gray piece. There we go. 4 of those. 1, 2. 3, 4. Still Still missing one of those gray kind of edgy pieces. These bowls all sound like they have different musical instruments to them. You almost play a song. There you go. Got it. How many subscribers do I have? I think the last time I checked on YouTube, it was something around 1,300, which is pretty good for a few months on. My main thing that I do is on Instagram, where I've got, I think there's like 5,000-ish, 5,100. But that's been going a lot longer. So this is like relatively new for me on YouTube. The plan was always build up a bit of an audience on Instagram, and then when I'm ready, my main focus always wanted to be on the YouTube side of things, so I could do a little bit more of a long form stuff and a bit more of like a vlog kind of a thing, where I can actually go into a little bit more detail and instructions and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm gonna put most of my focus onto the YouTube side now. But it's definitely like, it's a different format, to be honest. Like Instagram's really like quick cuts. It's engaging, and you have to like really strive for like the like fast attention, which takes a lot of work on the editing side, whereas this is a little bit more conversational. So I think ultimately it's longer, but I like the YouTube side better. Like it's definitely the thing that I watch, even with my son most of the time as well too. So it's definitely like something you just throw on your screen and throw on in the background, or just sit down and watch something, right? I think it's kind of like more like TV in a way. So it's definitely a cooler platform for me. 209 subscribers, nice. How long have you been doing it for? Almost 1 year, nice. Hi Amber, thanks for watching. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. It's definitely work, but it's kind of fun work too. I kind of like stopped caring about subscriber counts and stuff like that, because I think there's a time when I'm like, yeah, I gotta like get lots of subscribers and get the thing chugging along as much as I can. But eventually I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do the thing that I love, and if people want to watch the stuff that I love, that is amazing. If they don't watch, that's okay too, because I'm still doing the thing that I love. So I think it kind of takes the pressure off a little bit if you kind of just do what you're here to do, which is build things or to talk about stuff that you care about, or whatever the thing is that you are focusing on your channel. And the enjoyment of it is in the doing, not in the results. So I think it's a different mindset that I've had to put myself in for it. So It'll be nice if it takes off and is successful, but if I just get to do it and have a few people chat every now and then, that's okay too. But for those that are watching, I really appreciate it that you are watching it, and I'm hoping you're enjoying it. I definitely am not a perfectionist at this stuff, but I would like to improve wherever you see there being something that you think I could do better or whatever. So definitely shoot me a note or drop it in the chat here or whatever you want to do. And I'm absolutely okay to take feedback, good or bad. And it's not going to offend me because I'm still learning and I'm doing my best. But I'm also not watching myself do it too, right? So if it's like the audio sucks or the angle isn't right or lighting isn't good or whatever the stuff is, I'll try to make it better as I go. Am I making 2 of the same sets? No, I am building one set, which is the Grand Emporium right here. This is the full completed thing of what it will be. And what I'm going to be doing is adding this light kit here, this is definitely my favorite light kit manufacturer, Light My Bricks. Started here in Australia actually, and still manufactured, I believe, or at least designed here as well too. So highly recommend you check them out if you're into lighting. But that is going to be what it looks like. It gets a little fuzzy when I get too close, but this is going to look so good once I pop those in. But that's next. For now, I had to get all this stuff built and then I start lighting. So I figured I'll put it on my YouTube live as I start building this stuff, because I would have just done it without anyone watching me. And yeah, it's kind of a cool way to do it actually. I think I might keep this up for other builds as well. All right, it looks like we've got, this is like sits with gravity. Oh, interesting. Cool. So it actually doesn't have any studs attaching into it. That's unique for Lego. So these things right here just kind of attach on the top of this like big windshield plate. And then you just kind of sit it down right there. You can kind of shift it around. Oh, it doesn't, well, I guess it kind of moves around a little bit, but because of the studs on that side, it won't go anywhere. Maybe it holds it in on that side. That's pretty cool. Cool building techniques on every single one of these models that you can always learn something from. Okay, so it's 4 in on this one. It's probably gonna be a, oh, you know what this is? I bet you this is the sign. I love this sign here. Yeah, guarantee that's what it is. Let's sit right there. Okay, looks like I have a lot of details coming up now. So let's pop in all of these little barrels. Looks like it's one every other stud. See if that's actually coming through. Yep. Of course, I dropped the second one. So we do have a bit of roof detail. That's good. I just recently went through my whole Lego city and dusted everything, and it was a lot of work. I'm thinking about that because these roofs across all of the buildings, especially the flat ones, collect dust like you wouldn't believe. And if you don't get rid of it right away, it kind of starts to cake on there. It wasn't too bad for me. I actually bought a electric duster, which I actually think is not the right way to do it because it kind of like destroys some of the smaller details that aren't fully attached on. Like this kind of light might blow, or sorry, the skylight might blow away, or minifigs that aren't attached all the way, or anything, right? Like it could be like flags that are flapping around. So definitely not the preferred way, but the blower had a makeup brush kind of a thing as well, and that was way better. It definitely took a while, but I could actually get into the cracks of pretty much everything on all of like the windowsills and everything, and it was it's an awesome way to clean it. So if anybody is looking for ways to dust, that is the way to do it for any of your Lego sets. Tried and tested. Ah, Wald, you're back. You made it. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I was just talking about you at the beginning of the stream, how I have named my Lego minifig that's getting changed in the change room on the first floor. Thanks for joining again. I didn't think that you're going to make it today, so that's awesome. Barbara's here too, so we have the old gang back. That's awesome. Oh, that makes me happy. You guys have made my day. Absolutely loving it. Yes. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. You can't tell right now, but I have a big smile on my face, so that's very cool, guys. Aha, that's how they do it. So, remember how I was saying that this thing could move around? Well, these clips, you just pop it in right there and it actually holds it into place. Now that is smart. So yes, it is not attached to any studs, but you can shake it around, drop it, doesn't fall out. That's pretty cool. Very smart. I've not seen that technique before. That's very cool. Very cool. I was wondering how they're going to do that. Okay, let's go 22 of these arches. Dropped one. We are good. Slovenia and Austria are neighbors. I did know that. I just didn't make it into Slovenia last time, but I will definitely do that next time I'm there. A little bit wonky in terms of the angles, but I bet you I've actually got some pieces to attach so that it actually straightens it all out. And if it doesn't have that, I can just manually adjust them. But we got them all in. That looks pretty cool. Cool. You're back. Your YouTube crashed. Oh, I don't know how much you heard, Wald, but I was just saying I was talking about you at the beginning of this stream. If you ever play the recording, I think I was almost right at the beginning saying that I met some cool people from Slovenia and Austria on the last stream, and that I named one of my minifigs after you. So, so you are immortalized officially. But Barbara, you are also immortalized as well. Maybe, you know what? I'll try to find, maybe this is Barbara. How about that? Is that cool? Barbara and Wald living in the shopping world. You cool with that, Barbara? How long am I going to keep streaming? I think I'm kind of nearing the end of this actually for today. I only have a few more pieces. I'm just finishing off the roof. And I think that's it for today. I'm not going to do any of the lighting today. I think that I'm going to save that for tomorrow or the next day. I haven't decided if I'm going to just jump straight into lighting, but I probably should, because otherwise it's just going to sit there and I'm going to hum and haw about it for a while. Because lighting does take a little bit out of me. I'm not going to lie. I love it in the end, and I love parts of it while I'm doing it, but there's definitely some stressful parts to it as well. Mainly around the breaking things to get stuff going. And that, as a builder, really makes me a bit nervous sometimes when I'm like, oh, I broke something where I wasn't supposed to, and I don't know where the part goes, and gotta figure out, backtrack where everything goes. So that part gets a little dicey. Also, hiding the wires properly also gets concerning sometimes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna finish it off. I've had this on my to-do list for a very long time, and I finally got around to doing it, so I might as well just ride the momentum. You're in school. Oh, sorry. You're still in school, eh? I thought that you guys are on summer break now. Would that, are you almost on break? You must be almost done. Can I tell you how to go live? Yes, it's very easy. If you have a phone app, like YouTube on your phone, there is I think it's right in the middle of your options on the menu. There's like a plus, and you can immediately create a live stream just from one button. So it's actually really easy. Barbara, if you ever do one, let me know, and I'll try to join. Or if I can't, then I'll watch the replay. That goes for anyone that's willing to try out the live stream side of things. I will return the favor if I can. Depends on the time zone you're in, but yeah, I definitely will take a look. 3 more weeks. Wow, you go 3 weeks into July. Wow, that's late. I think Canada is done. Australia is on winter break right now, so they're probably another week and a half of their winter break. But yeah, it must be a short summer for Austria. When do you go back to school? And like, do they give you September off as well? Huh. Oh, you have to be verified. Oh, well, yes, actually, I did remember that. You had to go through like verifying your email address, and I think I had to do a few steps to actually get the ability to do that. It wasn't too hard from what I remember, but it could vary from country to country. I'm not sure. But yes, you're right. I did have to go through a couple steps to get that set up initially. That wasn't just for live streaming. That was just like in general on YouTube. I think I've missed one barrel. Oh, there it is right there. It's on the table. Good. Will I still stream in 5 minutes? Yes. Yep, I'll definitely be here in 5 minutes. I've got a few more pages left to do on here. Oh, this is the cool part. This is where I get the strength on this detail here. Awesome. And now, we put all of these detail pieces together. Go. Okay. How does this attach? Oh, it just goes like that. Okay. Ooh, it's starting to look complete here, guys. This is exciting. It's feeling good. That is a nice roof detail. I like it. Okay, here's the sign. Oh yes, the sign. This is the coolest part here. So I've got a girder, which I'm gonna put, I think we go that way. Oop, that's pretty brittle, so hopefully we can strengthen that. We do strengthen that with these pieces, excellent. Oop, uh-oh. Coming down on the last few pieces. Okay, so we strengthen it with these. Of course. My favorite pieces too. Nice. Oh, that's the wrong piece. These are twos. Yep. I'm always missing like one piece. Can it fall in here? I don't know where that last gray piece is. I did hear a piece fall. I thought I picked that one up. Oh well, I'll fill it in later. Yeah. Nope. Lost forever. I'll find it. All right, if not, I will find it in my backup pieces. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Okay, so now we build the finished sign here. So we've got a bracket right here. It sits on top. You know what's crazy? I don't actually see the sign piece anywhere. Huh. That's concerning. Oh, it's made of pieces. No way, I didn't know that. Oh, crazy. I thought that was like a one big thing that had like a sticker or like a printed piece, but it's actually brick built. Oh, that is crazy. I've looked at that sign so many times and I had never noticed that. Cool. This is a brick built sign. You gotta be kidding me. Cool. Well, that was a surprise. Definitely. Wait till you see this. Why don't I have a community post? What does that mean? What's a community post? They're in the back rooms. Please help. No! Don't go in the back rooms. Where a community can post something. I don't know. I guess I can set that up. I'll look into it. I obviously have not heard of it yet, so I will have to dig into it to see if I can set that up. But yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Okay, I'll do that. Once I finish off the stream, I'll see if I can figure out how to do it. Call 911. Okay, now these are the spotlights that I will definitely be lighting up. I can already see how that's going to work. It's probably going to be challenging to hide the wires on something this tiny, but I'll probably just have to like wrap them around these, but that's not the end of the world. For now though, I will just build it and I'll deal with the lighting another day. There it is. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely set that up, Wald. That's a good idea. Okay, we have, I fixed the orientation of these a little bit. Make it look a little bit more straight. There you go. We got some spotlights for the sign. And now, this elusive sign, that's pretty exciting. I can't believe this is a brick build. I shouldn't be that excited about it, but I totally am. I was like, I actually had a mini panic moment. I'm like, oh my God, did they forget to put in like one of the most iconic things on this entire set? I love this sign. I can't believe I've missed that detail looking at it so many times. You know what that also means is I can modify it to be something else if I want to. That's the cool thing about Lego, is it's so customizable that you can literally make anything that you dream of, which is so cool. You don't even have to like think of the whole thing. You just do like a minor modification and you can change the name of the store, or you can like add little mini features that are something that are meaningful to you. Like it's just very cool that way. My son really loves minerals right now, so gems in particular. So he's gonna get a surprise when I'm gonna put like a little gem shop on one of these floors. So definitely gonna customize it for him a little bit. Can you be a mod? Let me look into what it entails, but yeah, I'll think about it. I think that's not a big deal. I'll get back to you on that one though, but I will definitely at least set it up. And if it's not going to impact anything else on my account, then yeah, it probably shouldn't be an issue. No promises yet, but yeah, it doesn't sound like it's out of the realm of possible. There's the sign. Pretty cool, eh? Now we put the present on here. It's going to be a 1x2, and then we've got that little lanterny piece thing, and then another 1x2. There, do the ribbon. Oh, how does that work? Oh, I think we do this. Yes. There we go. That's the sign. That is awesome. That is so, so cool. And now, coming up on the last few details, everyone. I'm into one bowl of pieces left. How's that look? That's pretty cool, eh? All right, let's pop it on the roof. Let me see if I can adjust the camera here. The moment we've all been waiting for. That's not a good enough view. Sorry, I'll do a better one. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Not bad. The completed Grand Emporium. Pretty awesome. The last Infinity Stone. That's so cool. Awesome. Well, I have completed it. So that's it for the build. Thank you so much once again, Walt, Barbara, especially for coming back after the second round. And yeah, it really means a lot that you're spending your time with me. I had a lot of fun building it because of you guys, so thank you very much. Share this channel with anyone else you think would like this stuff. I'm about to be doing the lighting part, which is primarily what my channel is all about, but I'll actually show you guys the details of how that all comes about too. It's a little bit more technical and a little bit more patience driven, so it will probably move a little bit slower, but ultimately the outcome will be phenomenal because it will turn into this, but in real. So I'll show you everything that I learned building or doing all the lighting stuff, and definitely lots more to come. So thank you for watching Bricklight Chronicles. My name's Kev. Had a lot of fun, and we'll see